Before the sun has even risen, nature's race for survival has begun. This is a place where the strong do not always triumph, but the resilient endure. Life here is never static, it is always on the verge of eruption. And in that fragile moment, nature reveals its full raw power. Like all predators, they seek out the injured, the weak, the young and the old. Maya's gaze locks onto a buffalo at the rear of the herd. The other lionesses have noticed it too. The animal has a pronounced limp in its foreleg. A strategy for hunting buffalo tested through generations, they surround the target from all sides, using their collective weight and strength to bring it down. The buffalo falls behind the herd, and the hunters begin to tighten their circle. A young lioness makes the first move, approaching from behind. Its horns and hooves are a lethal threat. These great cats must proceed with extreme caution. But she has lost the element of surprise. The others are not yet in position. The buffalo counters. Faced with its immense horns, the lioness must retreat. But the hunt is not yet over. The pride does not pursue it into the swamp. Beneath the vast skies of southern Florida, a silent battle for survival unfolds each day. The blue eyes of a Florida panther track a white-tailed deer. The big cat glides among the mangrove trees like a stealthy phantom, waiting for the perfect moment to ambush its prey. Each step it takes is also a step against the encroachment of urbanization, as today only just over 100 individuals remain in the wild. In the brackish waters, an American alligator moves in silence, but the currents are no longer what they were. Rising sea levels have devastated the areas where they once bred. The Everglades, a land that gives life to an extraordinary biodiversity, is also a battlefield where precious creatures face the most brutal changes of the natural world. Woven with the ancient stories of nature, the Everglades is a place where every creature from the American alligator to the West Indian manatee exists in a slow but vibrant dance. Everglades National Park is one of the most unique ecosystems in the world. Established in 1947, this park protects over 2,300 square miles of land. The Everglades is the largest tropical wilderness in the United States and also the largest wilderness of any kind east of the Mississippi River. Overcoming all challenges, the park was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1979. Its waters, like the arteries of the earth, were recognized by the Ramsar Convention as a wetland of international importance in 1987. The journey of the Everglades begins with an ancient geological story. It is a vast land lying on a bed of Miami limestone formed millions of years ago during the Pleistocene. Tiny marine organisms, corals, shells and plankton died and left behind their sediments like silent pieces, building the skeleton of this land. Unlike most national parks that protect geographic formations, Everglades National Park was created with a single mission to preserve a fragile ecosystem. It is the most significant breeding ground for tropical wading birds in North America and contains the largest mangrove ecosystem in the Western Hemisphere. The park is home to 36 threatened or protected species, including the Florida panther, the American crocodile, and the West Indian manatee. The Everglades is also a haven for more than 350 species of birds, 300 species of fish, 40 species of mammals, and 50 species of reptiles. The freshwater Sloughs and marl prairies, two of the 9 recognized ecosystems in the Everglades, silently weave their own rhythm of life. It all begins with the slow but constant movement of water, the essential element that shapes the identity of this land. In the freshwater Sloughs, water flows gently from Lake Okeechobee southward at a rate of only 1/4 of a mile per day. From a distance, these waters may seem still, but they are in fact essential arteries that sustain the aquatic ecosystem, nurturing majestic plants like sawgrass, which can grow up to 6 feet tall. Conversely, the marl prairies tell a different story. These grasslands are seasonally flooded. Water seeps through the marl, creating a thin layer of water that lasts only a few months of the year. When the water recedes, periphyton, a mixture of algae and plankton clinging to the limestone, emerges and transforms into a grey sludge, a silent symbol of the approaching dry season. Both of these ecosystems are not just habitats. They also function as true natural reservoirs. They store water during the rainy season and release it gradually during the dry season. Thanks to this, the Everglades maintains its sweet flow and resists saltwater intrusion from the nearby ocean. Each slough, each prairie is an indispensable piece of the puzzle sustaining the lives of countless species. The abundance of fish, amphibians, and young birds in the swamps attracts many species of freshwater turtles and reptiles. Among them, the American alligator, Alligator mississippiensis, plays a crucial role. As a living icon of this ecosystem, the American alligator not only survives, but also maintains the natural balance. The flooded swamps and marl prairies are essential habitats where the American alligator thrives. Although once on the brink of extinction in the 20th century, this species was removed from the endangered species list in 1987. Thanks to active conservation efforts, the American alligator population has increased significantly, being more abundant in the Everglades than anywhere else in Florida. From once being considered a critical patient on the endangered species list, there are now over 1.25 million individuals in Florida alone. Adult male alligators can reach lengths of 13 to 15 feet, while females are smaller, reaching a maximum of 10 feet. However, in southern Florida, both sexes tend to be smaller, with a characteristically broad snout. The female alligator chooses high ground to build her nest, protecting her eggs from the floods that could destroy them in a matter of hours. The nest can be up to 3.5 feet high and is carefully guarded by the mother throughout the 58 to 63-day incubation period. In the early stages of life, the diet of an American alligator consists mainly of insects, small fish, and frogs. As they grow, alligators expand their menu. They hunt larger fish turtles, birds, and even small mammals. They often position themselves on the banks of freshwater sloughs or marl prairies, where they can remain motionless for more than 90% of the time. For larger prey, like the white-tailed deer or wild boar, the alligator uses its famous technique known as the death roll. They spin their bodies over and over, tearing apart and completely unbalancing the prey, leaving it no chance of escape. We have seen the American alligator as an apex predator, but its most crucial role is revealed when the dry season arrives. As the water levels in the swamps recede, alligators use their powerful snouts and tails to dig deep holes known as gator holes. These holes are not just a refuge for the alligator itself. When much of the Everglades dries up, they become the last oases, precious reservoirs of fresh water. Fish turtles, birds, and even mammals all come here to survive the harsh, dry season. In this way, the American alligator unwittingly becomes an ecosystem engineer. It not only hunts to survive, but it also shapes the habitat, becoming an unwilling guardian for dozens of other species. Without these engineers, life in the Everglades would struggle to survive the scorching summer months. Also in these silent waters, the great blue heron spreads its wings like a living symbol of the Everglades ecosystem. Standing up to 4 feet tall with a wingspan of nearly 7 feet, it is the largest heron in North America. The freshwater sloughs, the natural channels where water flows slowly, are its ideal hunting grounds. When the rainy season ends and the marl prairies begin to crack from lack of water, the great blue heron moves to the few remaining wetlands where it patiently waits for its prey. Under the brilliant Everglades sun, the great blue heron stands tall like a motionless statue in the shallow water. Its long legs and waterproof plumage allow it to move easily through the freshwater sloughs and marl prairies without disturbing the environment. When a prey, be it a fish, an amphibian, or even a small mammal, glides by the great blue heron, reacts with a lightning-fast movement, launching its long neck and sharp bill into the water. It can catch its prey in just 1/10 of a second from detection, thanks to its extremely fast reflexes and absolute concentration. Thanks to this precise skill, the success rate of the great blue heron in the freshwater sloughs is between 60 and 70%, according to a 2023 report. Besides its role as a formidable predator, the great blue heron also plays an important part in maintaining ecological balance. By feeding on fish and amphibians, this species helps to control the populations of its prey, preventing an overabundance that could alter the dynamics of the ecosystem. Amidst the arid lands of the Everglades, the Pinelands ecosystem emerges as a vibrant tableau. Although it occupies only 2% of the park's area, this ecosystem is one of the most important, protecting a unique biodiversity. The exposed limestone bedrock and extremely thin soil make the Pinelands a real challenge for life. However, the South Florida/pines rise strongly from the cracks in the rock where water and soil accumulate in small pockets. Amidst the dense pine forests and the arid, rocky terrain of the Pinelands ecosystem in the Everglades, the Florida panther moves with an agile body and a sharp gaze. This cat is one of the top predators in Florida and a unique subspecies of the cougar. The tall pines and the open spaces between them provide ideal hunting grounds where prey is abundant and easily accessible. However, not all areas of the Everglades are suitable for this species. As most of the park is covered by wetlands, the Florida panther population is reduced and mostly confined to higher areas like the Pinelands. The Florida panther is currently on the endangered species list with an estimated population of only 120 to 230 individuals, primarily living in southern Florida. Previously, this species was distributed throughout the southeastern United States, but its current range occupies less than 5% of its original territory. Its primary prey is the white-tailed deer, which makes up 70 to 90% of its diet, thanks to the abundance of this species in the region. With silent steps and lightning speed, the panther approaches its target stealthily and takes it down with powerful pounces and a fatal bite. In the pinelands of the Everglades pineland ecosystem, the presence of the white-tailed deer dictates the rhythm of the entire ecosystem's balance. With over 30 million individuals distributed across the United States, this deer is an important part of the Everglades ecological picture. The white-tailed deer makes up 70 to 90% of the Florida panther's diet, playing a fundamental role in the food chain. A white-tailed deer consumes from 5 to 7 pounds of food per day. Its diet varies with the seasons, consisting mainly of shrubs, leaves, acorns, and sometimes grass. The white-tailed deer has a flexible social structure that changes with the seasons. During the rut, which typically occurs from October to December, males and females live separately and only meet to mate. After the breeding season, males are often solitary or in small groups, while females form groups of 3 to 5 individuals with their young. During the rut, males compete fiercely for the right to breed. Females tend to choose the strongest males with the largest antlers as mates. Antlers are not just an indicator of good health, but also of competitive ability. This process ensures a stronger next generation and a genetically healthy population in the long run. The dense pine forests of the Pinelands stretch across the Everglades. From a distance, a steady tapping sound echoes like the heartbeat of the forest. This is not just a refuge, but also a hunting ground for woodpecker species of the family Picidae. In the Pinelands, the straight, rough trunks of the pine trees become homes and a source of food for woodpeckers. The red cockaded woodpecker, with its distinctive plumage, forages by drilling into the bark, creating crevices where insects hide. The pileated woodpecker, the largest woodpecker in the region, carves deep holes in the tree trunks, leaving behind unmistakable marks. Meanwhile, the red-bellied woodpecker moves nimbly among the thinner branches, searching for food among the leaves. The Pinelands ecosystem provides not only food, but also essential spaces for woodpeckers to build their nests. The cavities they excavate are not just their breeding grounds, but also become shelters for other animal species. Under the clear skies of the Everglades, the northern mockingbird stands out with its elegant and vibrant appearance. Its silver-gray plumage allows it to blend into the arid landscape of the Pinelands, but whenever it takes flight, its distinctive white wing patches shine brightly. With a wingspan of 12 to 15 inches and a weight of about 1.5 to 2 ounces, this bird has a small but extremely agile body. In the harsh environment of the Pinelands, where sparse vegetation and limestone dominate the ground, the northern mockingbird finds its sustenance through a varied diet. The small insects hidden under the bark and the berries hanging among the branches are its source of energy to survive the harshest dry seasons. The northern mockingbird is known for its incredible ability to mimic the songs of other birds and the sounds of its environment, including car alarms or mobile phone ringtones. It is believed that this ability plays a fundamental role in establishing and defending territory, as well as in attracting mates. Males, which can mimic a greater variety of sounds, are often more successful in both defending their territory and attracting females. The mechanism behind this ability is based on the mockingbird's capacity to learn and remember sounds over long periods. Some individuals can mimic up to 200 different sounds, including the songs of at least 35 different species. Beneath the canopy of the pine trees, the common starling often appears like a vibrant flash of light. With its glossy black plumage that shimmers with purple and blue hues in the sunlight, this bird sparkles like a precious gem in nature. The common starling is typically an omnivore. From insects and small invertebrates to young mammals and the nestlings of other species, the starling takes advantage of any available prey. It often forages on the ground, especially in areas with sparse vegetation or open grasslands, where access to resources is easier. This species is known for its competitive behavior, especially during the breeding season. They can put pressure on smaller bird species by taking over their nests and eating their eggs. Also, in the Pinelands ecosystem of the Everglades, the loggerhead shrike stands out as a small but skilled predator. With its strong hooked beak, this bird not only hunts insects and small birds, but also small mammals like mice. What is most characteristic is that the loggerhead shrike uses thorns or sharp twigs to impale its prey, creating a unique image reminiscent of natural coat hooks. In the vast expanse of the Everglades, where water flows slowly through endless swamps, the tropical hardwood hammocks appear as unique ecological islands. Only 1 to 3 feet above sea level, these dry lands are steadfast points amidst a sea of grass and seasonal water. Thanks to this elevation, they escape the prolonged floods, creating an ideal refuge for many unique species of flora and fauna. Beneath the canopy is another world. Dense shrubs and impenetrable thickets create a perfect sanctuary for the Florida black bear, the white-tailed deer, and especially the Florida panther. These animals find a sanctuary in the hammocks during the dry season, where water is scarce but shade is plentiful. Seen from the sky, these hammocks look like teardrops scattered amidst the slow flow of water, preserving life amidst the wild nature of the Everglades. Perhaps they are the tears of creation shed to preserve life in this landscape which, though seemingly desolate, is full of hope. Under the shade of the tropical hardwood hammocks, the Florida black bear finds refuge and an abundant source of food. This is a unique subspecies of the American black bear, with an estimated population of about 4,000 individuals in Florida in 2023. Only a small fraction of these live in the Everglades. These dense tropical forests provide not only safe havens, but also important mating grounds. The vegetation of the tropical hardwood hammocks provides an abundant food source with broadleaf species like mahogany and southern live oak, creating a rich and stable environment year-round for the Florida black bear. In spring and summer, they search for insects and feed on succulent plants. When autumn arrives, their diet shifts to fruits and nuts, especially from the sable palm and wild olive. Thanks to its omnivorous diet, the Florida black bear plays an essential role in preserving plant diversity. In the ecosystem of the tropical hardwood hammocks, As it moves far from the parent plant, the bear disperses the seeds of more than 20 different species through its scat, thereby promoting the regeneration of the forest. Only in the tropical hardwood hammocks, the grey fox moves through the Everglades with remarkable agility and adaptability. It is the only canid whose natural range includes both North and South America. The grey fox possesses a compact and flexible body 31 to 44 inches long, including the tail, and weighing 8 to 15 pounds, allowing it to move easily through the dense forests. Its grey coat provides excellent camouflage in the low-light environment where the sun's rays barely penetrate the canopy. As an omnivore, the grey fox consumes a wide variety of food, including insects, small mammals like mice and squirrels, bird eggs, fruits, and edible tropical plants. In the summer, about 40% of its diet consists of insects and small mammals. Conversely, in the fall and winter, fruits and nuts make up to 60% of its food intake. One of the most remarkable features of the grey fox is its impressive tree climbing ability. Unlike most other canids, it can climb tree branches to escape larger predators like the Florida panther or the red wolf. This skill also allows it to access food sources high above, such as fruits and insects, giving it a significant advantage to survive and thrive in the challenging environment of the Everglades. From late winter to midsummer, the northern cardinal chooses the low bushes in the tropical hardwood hammocks to build its nest in safe places. The northern cardinal has entered its breeding season. The dense layers of canopy in these hammocks provide a perfect refuge, helping them protect their eggs and young from predators and harsh weather conditions. Under the shade of the tropical hardwood hammocks, the northern cardinal shines with its brilliant red plumage. The male, with its distinctive crest and a black mask around its bill, is 8 to 9 inches long and weighs 1.5 to 1.7 ounces. The female, in contrast, has a paler reddish-brown plumage, but with hints of red on her wings, tail, and crest, giving her a subtle elegance. The northern cardinal is not only beautiful, but is also known for its powerful song, especially in the dense forests. As an omnivorous bird, the northern cardinal's diet includes seeds, fruits, and insects. About 70% of its diet consists of seeds and fruits, especially berries. During the breeding season, the northern cardinal increases its consumption of insects to ensure an adequate source of protein to feed its young. During that time, insects make up to 40% of its diet. Thanks to this behavior, the northern cardinal contributed to a 20% reduction in harmful insect populations in 2024, thereby helping to protect the vegetation and maintain the stability of the ecosystem. The dense forests of the tropical hardwood hammocks also provide shelter and ideal nesting sites for the southern bald eagle. In the dense forests of the tropical hardwood hammocks, the southern bald eagle often builds its nest in tall, sturdy trees like oaks and palms. The nests are impressive structures that can weigh hundreds of pounds and are reused for many years, becoming a symbol of resilience in the wild. In the tropical forests of the tropical hardwood hammocks, where lagoons, swamps and streams are interspersed, the southern bald eagle finds the perfect environment for hunting. It is a large bird of prey with a wingspan of 6 to 7.5 feet and a weight of 8 to 14 pounds. As a sea eagle, its diet is primarily based on fish, which makes up 60 to 90% of its food intake. Besides fish, it also hunts birds and small mammals and sometimes does not hesitate to eat carrion. In the darkness of the tropical hardwood hammocks at night, the unmistakable hoot of the barred owl rings out. It is a distinctive sound that many remember as "Who cooks for you, who cooks for you all?" Its call can be heard up to half a mile through the dense forest, marking its territory and serving as a means of communication with its mate. The barred owl is a nocturnal predator with large eyes that allow it to see clearly in the darkness under the dense canopy. Its silent flight, combined with its exceptional vision, allows it to hunt without being detected. As we venture deeper into the Cypress dome ecosystem, the landscape of the Everglades unfolds like a masterpiece of nature, with cypress forests stretching as far as the eye can see. This is one of the most important wetlands in the region, where the calm, stable water allows the cypress trees to thrive. The dome cypresses grow in clusters, with the tallest trees in the center and smaller ones towards the edges, creating a characteristic dome shape. The tall cypress trees are also nesting sites for many bird species, forming a vibrant ecosystem. At their base, mammals find safe shelter, completing a picture of biodiversity where every creature contributes to the balance of the natural environment. Amidst the vast swamps and slow-moving streams of the Cypress dome ecosystem in the Everglades, the river otter finds its ideal home. In this environment, the calm waters and dense vegetation form a network of wetlands where these otters can easily hide and hunt without being seen. Under the water's surface, they glide through narrow channels and flooded grasslands in search of food, mainly fish and other aquatic species. River otters are not just solitary creatures. They also form small groups of 2 to 5 individuals cooperating closely in hunting and sharing territory. They often live in family groups consisting of a mother and her young. Using burrows, they dig themselves or take over from other species for shelter. As a semi-aquatic species, the river otter stands out for its excellent dexterity when hunting underwater. Thanks to their agility and flexibility, they pursue fish, crustaceans, and sometimes amphibians. Their whiskers are very sensitive, allowing them to detect movements in the water even when visibility is limited. Although they often hunt alone, they can also cooperate in groups, increasing their success rate by 20%, especially in deeper waters. The river otter plays a crucial role in the ecological balance of the Everglades Cypress dome ecosystem. According to a 2024 study, otters can reduce the population of small predatory fish in the wetlands by up to 30%, which lessens the pressure on larger fish species. Otters also compete for resources with other large predators like alligators, making them an important component in maintaining the delicate balance of the Cypress dome ecosystem. In the tranquility of the Cypress dome ecosystem, the Anhinga perches on a branch or rock with its wings spread wide, drying its feathers and regulating its body temperature. With a body that can be up to 35 inches long and a weight of about 2.6 pounds, the Anhinga is capable of diving deep to catch fish and other aquatic animals. However, after these dives, its feathers become waterlogged, making it heavier and limiting its ability to fly. Its ability to fly is highly dependent on sunning, which allows it to dry its feathers quickly, especially in the hot and humid climate of the Everglades. The Anhinga is a specialized aquatic predator recognized by its long, sharp bill that allows it to spear and catch fish with high precision. Fish make up to 90% of its diet, according to a 2024 study, while the rest consists of amphibians and small crustaceans. Thanks to its webbed feet, the Anhinga swims with agility, gliding underwater like a silent spear, using the shadows to approach its prey without being detected. Through its underwater hunting style, the Anhinga plays an essential role in regulating fish populations, helping to maintain the balance of the ecosystem. A 2024 study showed that the Anhinga can consume up to 50% of the small fish in some freshwater areas of the Everglades, thereby contributing to the ecological stability of the environment. Along the coast of southern Florida, the majestic aerial roots of the red mangrove rise like natural ramparts, blocking the assault of waves and storms. Where the land meets the sea, the mangrove forest stretches out, embracing the coast. This system not only acts as a shield, but also as a natural nursery. In these nutrient-rich brackish waters, the red mangrove with its prominent roots helps to stabilize the soil and prevent coastal erosion. The black mangrove and the white mangrove form different forest layers, each playing an essential role in maintaining the ecosystem. This is also a vibrant territory teeming with biodiversity. Birds, fish and crustaceans gather here, with over 220 species of fish surviving in this unique brackish water environment. The shallow, nutrient-rich waters under the mangrove canopy provide an ideal place for breeding, protecting the young from predatory threats. The delicate balance of the food chain is maintained by these fish species. They act as a food source for birds and mammals, while also regulating the populations of crustaceans and amphibians. Each morning, as the sun illuminates the mangrove, forests, flocks of wading birds spread their wings and fly across the sky, creating scenes full of life. The brackish water ecosystem of the mangrove forest provides them not only with shelter, but also an abundant source of food. Among these birds, the brown pelican stands out with a wide wingspan of 7 to 8 feet and a unique hunting technique. With an average weight of 7 to 11 pounds, it is one of the iconic species of the coastal and mangrove regions. The brown pelican uses a gular pouch under its bill to catch fish, achieving a success rate of up to 60%, especially during seasons with abundant food. In the past, this species was on the brink of extinction due to the use of the pesticide DDT. Thanks to conservation efforts, their numbers have significantly recovered. Another wading bird that stands out in the mangrove ecosystem is the American white ibis, often seen wading in the shallow waters. In ancient Egypt, it was believed that the ibis was the embodiment of the god Thoth, the deity of wisdom and knowledge. Its long, thin, downward curving bill allows it to search for crustaceans hidden under the mud. Unlike many other wading birds, the white ibis feeds primarily on crabs and shrimp. This dietary preference allows it to control the populations of crustaceans, helping to maintain the ecological balance of the mangrove ecosystem. In the mangrove ecosystem of the Everglades, the great egret also stands out as one of the most majestic wading birds due to its elegance and large size. At over 4 feet tall with a wingspan of up to 5 feet, it is one of the largest water birds, second only to the great blue heron. This species employs a unique hunting technique. It walks slowly or stands still, patiently waiting until a fish frog or large insect passes by. With a lightning-fast reflex in just a few milliseconds, it launches its sharp bill to catch its prey. This skill makes the great egret one of the most effective predators in the mangrove ecosystem. The mangrove ecosystem is now a refuge and feeding ground for one of the rarest and most vulnerable aquatic mammals, the West Indian manatee. This species is particularly vulnerable to boat propellers due to its limited ability to detect low-frequency sounds. Weighing up to 1,200 pounds, these gentle giants spend about 8 hours a day grazing on seagrass and other aquatic vegetation. Their slow and continuous movement contributes to the balance of the ecosystem, consuming up to 100 pounds of vegetation per day. At the intersection of land and sea in the Everglades, the coastal lowlands emerge where natural elements blend perfectly. Here there is no clear boundary between fresh and salt water. Each rainy season brings a flow of fresh water from the north, flooding the swamps and arid lands. The coastal lowlands are a diverse, harsh, yet essential ecosystem. They form a natural rampart, protecting the Everglades from storms. Everything seems to work as if an invisible hand of creation is guiding and arranging every detail with a deep and wonderful wisdom. In the ecosystem of the Everglades coastal lowlands, the woodstock soars over the shallow waters, distinguished by its unique hunting technique. Its long and extremely sensitive bill is a highly effective hunting tool. When stalking prey, it stirs the water with its foot, causing small fish to run straight into its open bill, which acts like a trap. Besides being expert hunters, woodstocks are also considered important ecological indicators, reflecting the health of the wetlands. This species was once listed as federally endangered until June 2014, when its status was changed to threatened. Beneath the blue waters of the coastal lowlands, the bull shark glides slowly. The flooded mangrove forests provide an ideal environment for the young of this species. In these protected waters, they learn to hunt prey such as small fish, squid, and crustaceans. With a length that can reach up to 8 feet and a weight of up to 200 pounds in adulthood, the bull shark is a formidable predator in shallow waters. Under a boundless blue sky where the ocean waves merge with the edge of the swamp, the marine and estuarine ecosystem of the Everglades appears as a world full of contrasts. With an area of over 800 square miles, the seagrass beds stretch out like quiet beds, providing shelter for countless species of marine life. This marine and estuarine ecosystem acts as a solid barrier, protecting the inland areas from the encroachment of the ocean while providing abundant life for the natural world. The waters of the Everglades marine and estuarine ecosystem provide a rich habitat for many fish species of high ecological and commercial value. The bay's sandflats act as ideal fishing grounds for species such as snook, snapper, and spotted sea trout. In addition, the Goliath grouper, one of the ecosystem's largest fish, can weigh over 1,000 pounds and is an essential part of the marine food chain. Not only fish, but also crustaceans such as the stone crab and the Florida spiny lobster have high economic value and help maintain the biodiversity of these brackish waters. The brackish waters and bays of Florida become a stage for the spectacular hunting scenes of the Atlantic bottlenose dolphin. Their muscular bodies and rounded snouts glide gently through the water, often in groups of 10 to 30 individuals, their coordination creating an impressive force. Through subtle sounds like clicks and whistles, they not only communicate with each other, but also organize highly effective hunting strategies. Each adult dolphin can consume from 13 to 20 pounds of fish per day, including species like sardines and anchovies. This behavior not only helps regulate fish populations in the ecosystem, but also highlights the essential role of dolphins in the region's ecological balance. Each year, the coastal waters of the Everglades welcome thousands of migratory birds. This is an indispensable resting place for many flocks after long seasonal flights. Terns, with their slender wings and agile flying ability, are expert hunters on the sea's surface. They dive from heights of 10 to 15 feet, piercing the water's surface like living arrows to catch fish and crustaceans. The presence of these birds not only helps regulate small fish populations, but also plays a crucial role in the coastal food chain. Not only migratory and coastal birds inhabit the marine and estuarine ecosystem of the Everglades. The presence of many unique wading birds is also prominent. As the winter sky begins to change, hundreds of pairs of roseate spoonbills gather on the small islands of Florida Bay, such as Sandy Key and Tern Key. Their nests, built high on the branches, become breeding sanctuaries, while the shallow wetlands of the Everglades are stained a vibrant pink. In the shallow water and mud, these birds use their characteristic long, flat beaks to feed. With a gentle sideways motion, the beak sweeps through the water, detecting small fish, crustaceans, and other invertebrates. About 60% of its diet consists of fish, helping to control the small fish populations in the shallow waters. The Everglades, a vast network of rivers and wetlands where fresh water flows naturally, has been a source of life for countless species of flora and fauna for millennia. However, for over a century, human activities have profoundly altered this landscape. In the early 20th century, canals and dams were built to drain the flooded areas, turning them into fertile agricultural land and areas ready for urban expansion. Today, only about 50% of the original wetland area remains. Southern Florida, with its rapid rate of urbanization, has become a major challenge for conservation. The natural hydrological system of the Everglades depends heavily on the flow of water from Lake Okeechobee. However, water control projects have completely altered this flow. The amount of fresh water reaching the Everglades has been reduced by about 70% compared to the period before human intervention. This change has caused prolonged flooding in some areas and water scarcity in others. This not only affects water quality, but also has a negative impact on the flora and fauna that depend on the freshwater ecosystem. Not only that, but sugarcane cultivation has had a significant environmental impact on the Everglades ecosystem. Chemicals from fertilizers and pesticides flow into the water channels, causing a phenomenon known as eutrophication. This condition occurs when nutrients, especially phosphorus, accumulate excessively in the water, creating conditions for uncontrolled algal growth. As the algae bloom, they consume a large amount of dissolved oxygen, reducing the survival chances of many aquatic species and seagrass beds. The introduction of many exotic species has had negative impacts on the Everglades ecosystem, and the Burmese python is a prime example. This snake, an invasive species not native to Florida, was first discovered in the wild in the Everglades in 1979, and its population has grown rapidly since 2000. Human intervention has also accelerated climate change, shaking the delicate balance of Everglades National Park. Florida, where a large portion of the population lives near the sea, has become the epicenter of the United States in the fight against climate change. Sea level rise is one of the most serious threats to the ecosystem of Everglades National Park. Along the Florida coast, sea levels have risen by 2 to 3 millimeters per year over the past decade, and this figure is expected to continue to rise rapidly in the coming years. If sea levels continue to rise, the freshwater prairies and a large part of the Everglades ecosystem could disappear, causing irreversible consequences. The sudden and prolonged increase in salinity is putting these trees at risk of dying off. According to a study published in 2023, if sea levels rise by 1.5 to 5 feet by the end of this century, about 60% of the mangrove forest area in the Everglades could be permanently inundated. Mangrove forests play a crucial role in carbon sequestration known as blue carbon. The warming of the sea has increased both the frequency and intensity of hurricanes, with Category 4 and 5 storms occurring more frequently. Higher ocean temperatures provide more energy for these storms, increasing their destructive potential. This means that the coastal areas of the Everglades face a high risk of severe flooding, especially in areas like Florida Bay. The threat of climate change to Everglades National Park is a story of a slow-moving yet dramatic crisis. To cope with these negative impacts, many conservation and restoration programs have been implemented. The Comprehensive Everglades Restoration Plan is a massive conservation project launched in 2000. With an estimated cost of $10.5 billion, the plan includes over 68 sub-projects with the goal of restoring 1,800 square miles of the Everglades ecosystem. One of the key elements of the plan is to restore the flow of fresh water from Lake Okeechobee, which helps maintain fresh water in the wetlands and prevents saltwater intrusion from the sea. Reports from 2023 show that freshwater flow has significantly improved in some areas, providing a healthier habitat for endangered species. Within this plan, the Picayune Strand Restoration Project has become an inspiring story of conservation in the Everglades. In the 1,960 seconds, this area was converted into a residential development, with hundreds of miles of canals and roads built. However, the project failed, leaving behind a severely degraded wetland ecosystem. To remedy the damage, the Picayune Strand Restoration Project was launched in the early 2000s. Over 160 miles of canals were filled, preventing the loss of water to the outside. 3 pump stations were built to regulate water levels. Since then, the ecosystem has begun to recover. Native species such as the American alligator and the roseate spoonbill have gradually returned. These efforts have succeeded in restoring over 85 square miles of wetlands, bringing hope for a vibrant and balanced ecosystem. The conservation of Everglades National Park depends not only on large organizations or governments, but also on each individual. Every action has value no matter how small. Reducing carbon emissions, limiting the use of fertilizers, or participating in volunteer programs can make a significant impact.
A symphony of life exists in Morocco, a land shaped by the meeting of continents and climates. Its unique flora and fauna are a testament to nature's incredible diversity. High in the ancient cedar forests of the Atlas, there exists a hidden kingdom. A bustling, intricate society ruled by Africa's only macaque, the Barbary ape. They are known as Zartout by the Amazigh or Berber people. These highly social animals live in large troops, sometimes numbering up to 100 individuals. With their dark pink faces and yellowish-brown coats, they are one of the most recognizable of all monkeys. Males can grow to 30 inches and weigh up to 29 pounds. And here a remarkable role reversal unfolds. It is the males who are the heart of the family, dedicating endless hours to grooming and play. These are not idle pastimes. They are the threads that weave a lifelong tapestry of trust and alliance. In the wild world, few primates display such profound familial bonds as the Barbary macaque. Each individual is a vital link in a community where strength is derived from unity. They do not merely live. They share, care for and protect one another like a true extended family. The forests and mountain slopes are not just a habitat, but a stage for complex and emotional social relationships. Their lives are a symphony of herd discipline and tender mutual care. In the stillness of the mountains, the call of a Barbary macaque echoes an affirmation of nature's formidable vitality. However, their world is shrinking. The clearing of forests for farmland and overgrazing by livestock are destroying their habitat, causing their numbers to dwindle. Welcome to the beauty of Morocco, a kingdom forged by the elemental powers of nature. It is a land of extremes, where cool Atlantic winds meet the hot breath of the Sahara. Morocco's Atlantic coast stretches onward with majestic cliffs and charming seaside towns where life is entwined with the ocean. The mild Mediterranean climate in the north allows life to flourish, a stark contrast to the harshness of the south. Further south, the landscape gradually transforms, giving way to the arid, hotter lands of a semi-desert climate. This is the natural barrier that separates the coast from the vast Sahara. The Atlas Mountains are Morocco's backbone, a formidable barrier stretching over 1,500 miles. Its jagged peaks, deep valleys and steep slopes are the result of intense tectonic activity millions of years ago. Clinging to these unforgiving slopes is a true native of Morocco, the argan tree. It is a portrait of endurance. For half a century, it can stand patient and barren, waiting for the moment to produce its treasure. a fruit that yields an oil so precious it is known as liquid gold. This is the domain of the golden jackal. This opportunistic canine lives in Africa, Asia and southeastern Europe. They can adapt to a variety of habitats from savannas to river valleys. Golden jackals are social animals, often hunting in pairs or small family groups. They communicate using a wide range of vocalizations from howls to barks. Although carnivorous, preying on small mammals, birds and reptiles, their diet also includes a significant amount of fruit and vegetation. They are ingenious survivors, ever knowing of how to seize any opportunity to endure in a harsh environment. With patience and seamless coordination, they can bring down prey swiftly without the need for overwhelming strength. As a crucial link in the ecosystem, the golden jackal maintains natural equilibrium, serving as both hunter and scavenger. Unfortunately, like many of Morocco's wild animals, the golden jackal population is declining due to habitat loss and overhunting. Across the plains and grasslands, another animal faces similar threats. The Cape hare, with its long ears and powerful hind legs, was once abundant. Its speed can reach up to 35 miles per hour, an essential defense in this open habitat. However, speed cannot protect it from the destruction of its home. On the desert's edge, the most delicate creatures roam. There are small beings that were once ubiquitous, but now only faint traces remain. They were born for speed, living a life of vigilance in constant flight from danger. Yet sometimes, even agility cannot overcome drastic environmental change. When land shrinks and shelter disappears, life becomes more fragile than ever. In these barren fringes, only lonely footsteps remain in the vast emptiness. Each leap of the hare is no longer a game of survival, but a flight from inevitable disappearance. They are emblems of speed and vigilance, yet even emblems can fade when nature offers no sanctuary. From arid deserts to majestic mountain forests, Morocco is a vibrant mosaic of wildlife. Precious native species are facing the threat of silent extinction. Overexploitation and climate change are pushing ecosystems to their final threshold. But amidst the challenges, conservation efforts quietly strive to hold on to life. Morocco is not just a land of heritage, it is a frontline for the defense of a wild future. The Dorcas gazelle and the Sahel gazelle are the embodiment of grace on the Moroccan grasslands. The Dorcas gazelle is one of the smallest gazelle species in the world. Scientists are concerned that they are severely threatened by uncontrolled hunting, often by those seeking trophies. Conservation efforts are underway. Recently, authorities have relocated some individuals to reserves and national parks, hoping to secure their future. Further south, we enter the vast Sahara Desert. A world of sand and rock where life persists in extraordinary ways. Here, the smallest member of the canid family has made this harsh land its home. This is the fennec fox or desert fox. Weighing only about 3.5 pounds, the fennec fox is a master of adaptation. Its sand-coloured coat reflects sunlight during the day and provides warmth at night. But its true secret to survival in the searing heat lies in those magnificent ears. They are not simply for listening, they are the fox's own personal cooling system, vast surfaces that radiate away the desert's oppressive heat, allowing life to persist in the most impossible of places. In the harsh world of the desert, the small do not need strength, only cunning and endurance. Life here is not loud, but quietly overcomes challenges with the most sophisticated strategies. The desert does not forgive the weak, but it grants opportunities to those who have perfected adaptation. The fennec fox's diet is varied, including rodents, insects, and a large proportion of desert plants, which provide a precious source of water. But the desert also hides more dangerous predators. The horned desert viper is a venomous reptile, an expert in camouflage. Its skin color often matches the surrounding earth perfectly, making it nearly invisible as it waits for prey to pass. It does not chase its prey, but lets the prey walk into a deadly trap in the heart of the hot sands. In its world, patience is a weapon, and a single bite can determine a life. Some desert reptiles have evolved almost perfect camouflage. They use their surroundings to hide and ambush prey effectively. This adaptation helps them survive in the harsh and highly competitive conditions of the desert. Here too, on the mountain slopes, a nimble rodent appears at dawn and dusk. It is the Atlantic ground squirrel, with its characteristic black and gold stripes running down its back. Found only in Morocco, Algeria, and the Canary Islands, this squirrel lives in family groups in rock crevices. It is adapted for climbing to the tops of trees to survey its surroundings. Their diet consists mainly of seeds, nuts and fruits, especially the fruit of the native argan tree. They also eat insects and even eggs and small birds. As we descend from the mountains, the landscape changes, opening up into grasslands and arid plains. They are tiny explorers, ever vigilant against dangers that lurk from the sky and the ground. Their dark coats help them merge into the arid landscape, while their keen eyes miss no movement. Each morning, their shrill calls echo across the mountainsides, a melody to start a new day. The Barbary ground squirrel is not just an inhabitant, but also a sower of seeds, helping to sustain life in this arid land. Morocco is also a haven for other reptiles and amphibians. Over 90 species have been recorded from the Moorish gecko to the Iberian wall lizard. In the streams and ponds, the Barbary frog, also known as the Amazigh frog, makes its home. Discovered in 1841, this amphibian is endemic to northwestern Africa. They are silent residents, living on the fragile edge between aridity and life, where every drop of water is as precious as gold. Though small and easily overlooked, they are the hidden lifeblood that keeps the ecological wheel of this land turning. Many resident birds also call Morocco home. The common blackbird, with its glossy black plumage and melodious song, is often seen in forests and gardens. Its song is no casual melody, but a complex declaration of its territory and breeding status. The male's brilliant orange-yellow bill is an honest signal of health, a testament to its ability to find carotenoid-rich food. With a characteristic tilt of its head, it listens for the movement of earthworms, a demonstration of acute hearing calibrated for predation. As dusk falls, it often delivers a final refrain from a high perch, a behavior thought to reinforce its dominance. This is not just a songbird, this is a master of survival honed over millennia to thrive right alongside us. The greenfinch, a robust little bird, can survive in quite harsh conditions. This explains its wide distribution from Europe to North Africa and Western Asia. Its conical beak, a tool sharpened by evolution, allows it to easily crack the hard shells of seeds and grains, its primary food source. This is a key survival advantage. The abundant energy from seeds allows them to accumulate fat, an invisible coat that helps them withstand the winter cold and provides stamina for long flights. Thus, from familiar gardens to distant lands, it is this dietary adaptability that has allowed this small bird to flourish across a vast territory. At the edge of the forests, the common nightingale unleashes its complex and ever-changing song. Although it sings throughout the day, its evening performance is truly special. The male nightingale's song can travel further, a clear message to assert territory and attract a mate. The song is more than just a melody. It is an acoustic resume. A more diverse and complex repertoire signals the male's age experience and survival skills, making him a prime candidate. The female listens intently, assessing not just the beauty of the song, but also the evidence of a worthy potential partner. This is a critical choice, determining the reproductive success of the next generation. But perhaps the most beautiful songbird of all is the goldfinch. With its vibrant colours and enchanting song, it is a true jewel of the Moroccan avian world. A social bird, the goldfinch often travels in flocks. Its beak is exceptionally fine and pointed, a perfect tool for extracting seeds from thistles. In the dawnlight, their gleaming plumage shimmers like living sunbeams amongst the canopy. Their songs ring out like melodious hymns, carrying the sound of life in the wild. They are the harbingers of spring, bringing colour and sound to the arid lands. More than just a symbol of beauty, the Moosier's redstart helps disperse seeds, nurturing nature's revival. The skies of Morocco also tell stories of life and survival. It is a vital stopover for migratory birds travelling between Europe and Africa. The white stork, known as blag in Morocco, is one of the most impressive visitors. With their large wingspan, they fly for thousands of miles, using thermal currents to glide effortlessly. They avoid crossing the Mediterranean Sea, instead passing through the Strait of Gibraltar to the west. These great journeys are driven by the changing of the seasons. As carnivores, white storks feed on a wide variety of small animals from insects to mammals. They build large nests of sticks, often reusing and reinforcing them over many years. Against the deep blue sky, the wings of storks silently sketch a journey connecting two continents, an epic of endurance and natural wisdom. Each flight is a gamble with the winds, but also a testament to the wondrous bond between the earth, the sky, and life itself. And of course, one cannot forget the rock dove, a familiar sight throughout the countryside and cities feeding on grass seeds and grains. Their homing ability is phenomenal. Some individuals can find their way home from hundreds of miles away. They use the Earth's magnetic field, combined with the Sun's position, to create a remarkable internal compass. Another remarkable fact is that both the male and female parent produce a crop milk rich in protein and fat to feed their young. This is a special secretion from the lining of the crop, providing everything needed for the chick's development in their first few days. This unique adaptation allows them to breed almost year-round, ensuring the continuation of their kind wherever they choose to make their home. They are not only symbols of peace, but also living proof of nature's extraordinary intelligence and adaptability. From impressive gorges like Todra to the oldest national park, Toubkal, and the magnificent Ouzoud Falls, Morocco's landscapes are as diverse as its wildlife. Every valley, every peak and every dune is part of a complex and delicate tapestry. The natural world of Morocco is a precious heritage. A complex and fragile web of life, a reminder of the beauty and delicate balance that exists on our planet. Here, the earth and rock are not just terrain, they are witnesses to time bearing the marks of eternal cycles of life.